Here's an example about ratios and rates. This first example is about ratios for part A and part B. A ratio is comparison of two numbers that have similar units, so we don't write the units on them. Here it says write each ratio as a fraction in lowest terms. So you can see your first fraction is 5 over 35, and we need to get a common factor. You can see a common factor of 5 in both of those. 5 goes into 5 once, and 5 goes into 35 7 times. So if we reduce that down all the way, you get 1/7. Now let's look at part B. Part B, you can see that 5 goes into both of those numbers, but there's actually a larger factor that's common to both of those. Any numbers that end in 0, 0, or 2, 5, 5, 0, and 7, 5, those are all divisible by 25. So let's take 25 out of both of those. 25 goes into 100 4 times, and it goes into 175 7 times. So reduce down all the way, that answer is 4/7. Let's try the next one on rates. The difference between rates and ratios is that a rate is still a comparison between two quantities, but the units are different top and bottom. You can see for part A, this is $500 for 24 pounds. Now looking at the 500 and the 24 to see what's common, yes, they're both even. 2 will go into both, but a larger one is 4. 4 goes into both of those. 4 goes into 500 125 times. For a rate, you have to make sure you keep your labels on them because they're different top and bottom. 4 goes into 24 6 times. So since we've reduced this down as far as it'll go, $125 for 6 pounds is the same thing as $500 for 24 pounds. And let's look at part B. Part B is 78 tiles on top, 12 feet on the bottom. Let's take it down by 2. 2 is not the biggest one, but you can see that you can do this in 2 steps. Let's say we only saw a common factor of 2. So 2 goes into 78 39 times. This is 39 tiles, and the 2 goes into 12. It goes 6 times, 6 feet. So you can also see that with 39 and 6, there's a common factor of 3. So all we have to do is go again. 3 goes into 39, 13 times. Make sure you keep your labels on it. 3 goes into 6 2 times. So 13 tiles for 2 feet is the same thing as 78 tiles for 12 feet. That's the answer. Make sure you keep your labels on your rates. Let's look at the last example down here. This is a unit rate. It says write the following rate as a unit rate. Be sure to include a label in your answer and round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So to start off with, let's go ahead and write that rate as a fraction. 330 miles per 16 gallons. Alright, we want to end up with miles per gallon, see how many miles per gallon that is. If we actually divide that out, that's what you do next. Take 330 and divide by 16. You're going to get 20.6. 20.6. Now the label on here is miles per gallon. You can leave it in PG like that if you want to. Or you could say miles per gallon, something like that, or totally write out all the words. But that's a unit rate. See, our denominator is just 1. And when you divide out, we round it to the nearest tenth, 20.6.